The first enlistment of Defense Force officers since the COVID-19 pandemic began took part in official passing out ceremonies today at the Coral Harbor Base. Our Lloyd Allen was one of the few on site for the largely virtual event.
Recognized unofficially as Lucky 56, the newest Royal Bahamas Defense Force Marines, Entry 57 and Woman Entry 26 were dressed to the nines as their families zoomed in, along with a small group of attendees, came together at the R.B.D.F's Coral Harbor Base for a passing out ceremony initially delayed due to COVID-19. Joined by other dignitaries, Minister of National Security, the Honorable Marvin Dames, was the keynote speaker, welcoming the fresh Marines into their new roles, but also acknowledging that a new norm in training is on the horizon for law enforcement agencies like the Defense Force.
We're quite pleased. I mean, obviously, the Commodore and his team will do some assessment and determine, how do we modify or make adjustments going forward. And so we're looking at all of these training programs and looking at it to see where the adjustments can be made moving forward in a COVID environment.
Commodore Raymond King says Entry 57 was originally slashed from 120 recruits in line with COVID-19 protocols. Moving forward, he says a mandatory 2-week isolation before and after training, along with containing recruits and training officers on base for the full duration of the training, will be the standard.
We will also include the use of mask on the parades and as the recruits move about and in the classroom setting. They'll have to adorn their mask and they'll have to be very conscious of the social distance as they move along.
Commodore King says decentralization of the organization remains a key focus for the R.B.D.F.
Over the last few years, we would have taken in, say, 90 persons per year. And we would have lost about 50% of that number through retirements, resignations, and discharges. And so it's an uphill climb that we have to continue to recruit. Because as we decentralize, we want to mimic what we have here at Coral Harbor.
Facing a tall order from the country, King says minimized entry spread throughout the year may help with meeting demands.
We've been tasked with the national tasking to do with COVID, and the security operations in Harbor Cove, providing military assistance to civil authorities as well as border protection. And so we'll take in about 80 per entry, but the intent is to enlist at least 240 annually.
And while members of the general public were absent, some parents enlisted on the force were there and just as pleased to witness the important milestone like any other family.
Chief Petty Officer Gregory Fowler, my son, last son, glad he passed on the training after 19 weeks. Thank you.
Force Chief Petty Officer Prescola Bain Fowler. I am the mother, the proud mothers. So I know how the other mothers feel to finally cast their eyes on their kids today. We'll be home shortly, Mom.
Marine Tim and Gianno Fowler, and after 19 weeks, it's just a great feeling to finally be done with no entry training.
Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.